Welcome to this 365 Freedom session. Today, we're breaking down how to stop fighting your own body and start working with your natural energy peaks so you can double your output without burning out. Listen, if you're a busy business owner who is currently running on fumes, just trying to push through that heavy fatigue day after day, you are in exactly the right place. It's time we completely rethink how you schedule your time. Because honestly, the way most of us are taught to work is actually working against us.
Be completely honest with yourself right now. Ever feel guilty for taking a break at 2 p.m.? I mean, how many times have you been sitting at your desk in the mid-afternoon feeling absolutely drained, but there's this tiny voice in your head saying that if you step away, you're just being lazy? That guilt is incredibly common among high-performing founders. But as an advisor who sees this literally all the time, let me tell you, that guilt, it's completely misplaced. You're not lazy. You're just trying to force creativity when your body naturally needs to recharge.
Section 1. The Hustle Culture Lie and the Myth of the 14-Hour Workday. We've all been sold a massive lie about what it really takes to succeed in business. The external pressure from social media and this whole online hustle culture wants you to believe that a constant, unending grind is the only way to win. But running a company on pure adrenaline, that's not a strategy. It's simply a recipe for burning yourself out. On one side, you've got fake hustle culture. This is that dreaming, standard 9-to-5 template, or worse, those extreme schedules pushed by some guru who tells you to wake up at 3 a.m. It relies entirely on external pressure. On the other side, we have confidence from within. This is all about trusting your own internal rhythm and natural flow. When you operate from a place of internal confidence, your business serves your life, not the other way around. Section 2. The silent calendar tax and the true cost of forcing it. Let me be really clear about something. When you try to force a fake hustle template onto your own life, there is a massive, quantifiable cost to your business. We call it the calendar tax, and it is a silent cash killer. It's caused by forcing yourself to work during your natural energy valleys, which inevitably leads to bad decisions, low-quality output, and, let's be real, massive resentment toward the very business you built. Listen, you absolutely cannot build a successful, high-earning company if you treat your own energy like it's an endless resource. It is not endless. When you try to push through a crash, you aren't actually being productive. You're just paying the calendar tax. Which leads perfectly into this exact scenario, the 2 p.m. laptop stare. Picture a solopreneur sitting in an office. They have the strategy, they have the market, but their brain is completely fried. Yet, because of that hustle culture guilt we talked about, they force themselves to sit there and just stare at a blank screen. It's a slow, painful cycle of exhaustion and self-doubt. Listen to me very carefully here. The 2 p.m. laptop stare is not just a passing moment of feeling tired, it is a glaring sign that your schedule is completely broken. The absolutely crucial point to remember is this. The calendar isn't your master. Your energy is. We need to completely shatter the illusion that you must obey some rigid, predetermined calendar at the expense of your own well-being. Because if you're operating at 20% capacity, it really doesn't matter what the calendar says you should be doing, right? The smartest people do not work longer hours. They work during their peaks, and they rest during their valleys. Section 3, the energy peak method and making a solopreneur's shift. I want to tell you a quick story of a founder I coach. He was on the absolute verge of burning his entire business to the ground. I mean, he had a great offer, but he was completely miserable. And it all came down to this number right here, 14. He was working 14 hours a day every single day. Why? Just because some famous guru said he had to if he wanted to be successful. He was trying to squeeze his life into a template made by someone else. But here's the kicker. Despite working those 14-hour days, his business wasn't actually growing. He wasn't getting more done. He was literally just getting more exhausted. So we looked at his calendar, threw out that ridiculous standard schedule, and I asked him a really simple question. I want you to think about this for yourself right now. When do you actually feel alive and creative? For him, the answer definitely wasn't between 9 and 5. He realized his absolute best ideas always came in the quiet hours of the early morning, and then again late in the evening. The afternoon? That was his natural valley. So here is exactly how the energy peak method works in practice. First, identify those natural peaks. So for him, that meant morning and evening. Second, schedule all your deep, heavy lifting work exclusively in those peak windows. You open the laptop when you are sharp. And third, and honestly this is the hardest part for most founders, treat those afternoon valleys as rest prerequisites. Close the laptop when you're drained. We restructured his entire day around his own internal clock. And the results? They were staggering. The shift was almost instant. His clarity returned, his decision-making sharpened, finally saving him from paying that calendar tax. He started working only during his high-energy windows, and suddenly his output literally doubled. He was getting twice as much done in just 3 hours compared to what he used to drag out over 10. And the best part of the whole shebang, the guilt completely vanished. He realized he didn't need more hours. He just needed more alignment.
Section 4. Claiming true freedom and building confidence from within.
When you finally stop chasing other people's hustle schedules, something amazing happens. You stop seeking external validation. You stop caring about what the gurus are doing at 5 a.m. True confidence comes from trusting your own internal clock over someone else's timeline. And that leads us to this foundational truth. Rest is a prerequisite. It is not a reward you get only if you finish a 14-hour grind. Working with your natural energy peaks is the absolute core of a business that actually lasts. Aligning your business tasks with your personal, physical energy is the only sustainable path to freedom. You just have to defend your peace. So, it's time to fix your daily rhythm. Stop measuring your self-worth by the number of exhausted hours you clock at your desk. If you want help building that confidence from within, and you're ready to actually align your energy with your business assets, the logical next step is joining us in the 365 Freedom community. It is time to step away from the burnout and learn how to operate effectively. I want to leave you with a final provocative thought today. Ask yourself honestly, are you running a business or are you serving a calendar? It's time to become the true commander of your life. Thanks for joining this session, and I'll see you in the community.